Okay, I am outside Valentina Pasqualina, and I've just interviewed Valentina, and it's just been so incredible to hear her story and her journey. And I'm now taking you on a trip around her absolutely incredible cafe. And as you can see here, these are the containers, the little boxes in which the packaging is done and the different flavors. And this is their coffee station. And there you can see the backdrop. It's so refreshing, the wonderful light and the energy that you get from it. And there is Valentina, and she's saying a big hello. And what I wanted to show you was this, which is such a special image of grandma and granddaughter. And it makes your heart so kind of, I don't know, it warms your heart, let's say. And they've done such a beautiful job of it. And they also have wine and tiramisu tasting that they do every now and then. And I forgot to talk about this with Valentina, but now you know. So there's a wine and tasting that happens here. It's such an incredible space, and I'm really, really happy that I was able to get hold of her and do the interview. And here is, I cannot pronounce her name. Thank you. Hi everyone, I'm so excited to be talking to Valentina and Orlando. Orlando is Valentina's husband, and we are sitting in the Tiramisu cafe.
Yeah.
And the name of the cafe is Valentina Pasqualina. I know Valentina is a little bit nervous because she said that her English is not that great. So we're going to have a multilingual conversation where Valentina can talk in English, she can talk Italian, and of course Orlando will step in whenever. So once again, thank you so much for being a part.
This is a special place for us, and a special space to our client, to our guests too.
Absolutely. I think, the first time that I walked into, I didn't know what to expect. And I was completely blown away on the concept, and to the way you have, there's a soul and there's a certain kind of life in this cafe, which, and the brightness, I can see the love that you have put into it. And I think that's what is very important, and that's what probably draws in a lot of people as well. So before we actually start talking about how when you started the cafe and what happened before that, let's talk about...
Pasqualina is my grandmother. She's living in Rome. She's living in Mazzano Romano. It's a little town close to Rome.
Okay.
And she's 90, but she's fantastic. She's energetic, and she's the alma,
the heart,
the soul of this project, because she's inspired me every day. She teaches me.
She taught you how to. So the first time that you tasted her tiramisu, how old were you?
Maybe 5 years.
5 years
Yeah.
old. Okay.
Yeah.
And then obviously, so then you were. You got to taste her tiramisu on a regular basis. And was she doing different flavors, or it's you who started experimenting different flavors?
She's the our classic tiramisu, the traditional one, is the recipe of my grandmother, Pasqualina, but the idea to create different flavors of tiramisu is from me. Is my idea. So yes, this as born with my children. We have two children, Eva. So we one day during the COVID, we were in our kitchen tiramisu. To mean
No.
the word is mean pick me up.
Oh,
Yeah.
so tira,
Yeah.
like is one word,
Yeah.
and it means pick me up.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So in
Yeah.
this period,
Definitely
day,
everyone
yes,
else.
we need we need this. So I told her maybe we can do tiramisu, but they were
Your children,
child.
yeah.
So I didn't want to give her with coffee. So we started to try to tiramisu in different flavors.
Flavors.
The biscuit, banana, or some fruits. Orlando too, no? See all this. We see each other and we
told each other.
We told this is an idea.
Yeah, that's amazing. So it's like it's the idea was born during COVID, essentially.
Yes, the idea, yes.
Yeah.
Then, but
Yeah, the idea came up during COVID.
COVID.
But she was trying, as
For about a
usually
year.
you do for your family first, then you have friends that came in, they try it, then you send the tiramisu to your friends as well. They gave Valentina's tiramisu a rate. She started preparing all the stuff.
yeah.
And after a year, she decided to do the first step.
Okay.
To the one.
After more than 1 year, and why we had a problem, like a family. I don't know how to say this, but we passed.
No, we were in the middle of, we were splitting each other.
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Okay.
And it was 1 year after COVID, more or less. And despite of the challenges, she decided, what, we were in the middle of this split process, and she said, okay, despite of it, I'm going to build as well the new shop.
Yeah.
And she started with the laboratory of tiramisu
Yeah.
here in Barcelona. So it was many things at the same time, but she didn't give up. And she wanted to build something, and,
Yeah. Wanted to
Yes.
build.
despite the COVID, despite the split, despite many things.
But you're still
Yeah,
together,
because-
or you're not together?
We are
You
together.
are together.
Yes, after
Together
3
now.
years,
You decided-
After 3 years,
Okay. You
we
decided
we
that.
decided.
Yeah. The bond is too strong.
I'm not only the translator.
Yeah.
Yes, but
So then you decided to set up a lab.
for me, because it was the first time in this gastronomic sector. I came from different sectors, pharma and fashion. So it was a challenge for me to start from zero in another sector alone in Spain. This is not my country. And with those two children.
Young children.
Yeah, children. So in this moment it was not easy, but I passion and courage to do this. So for the first 2 years, I was alone, and the first 2 years was to experiment.
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 Yeah.
Yes.
Experiment. Yeah.
The sector, how can how can reach the clients, which canales de
Channels.
channel can I yes, and so it was an adventure, but I find
surprises, yeah.
And Leticia Eva was part of this, no, because she stayed with me during the weekend to put some stickers. So they helped me, and then when I and Orlando
Back together.
She's a pillar. She is a pillar.
He's
for
a
me.
pillar and
Yeah.
support for you.
Yeah.
Okay. So you were saying that, because of course I will, maybe we can on camera show, the packaging.
Yeah,
Because
of course.
what's interesting is that it's individually packed.
Yeah.
And each container, so your classical has a different design,
Yeah.
and and there are images of your daughters on them. For example.
like this.
So was this
Yeah.
her idea or your daughter's idea to have her photo on the container?
The first
Or
was
the
the
big-
older,
the older
one.
yes. But then Eva, the second one, she told me, "Mommy,
I don't want to be left behind.
Yeah. So maybe we are
can
Eva.
just see, so this is, I don't know if you guys get a good view, this is Eva. And that's what makes it so personal. And these are so this is the packaging. And these are so, like it's such a, how can I say, such a special way of presenting tiramisu. And so personal, so people who take away like the different flavors, and we'll talk about the flavors as well, but the container, and you don't want to throw away the container because you've got, like your daughter and whatever else you have. So, so that's what makes it really, really special. So your grandmother, when you decided that you were going to use her class, because that's the recipe that you learned, what was her reaction?
Oh, thank you. The first time that I go and I want to do this different. It was a moment of silence, and then she told me, "But you are crazy. You want to kill all."
Oh my God! So she did actually do something.
It was never.
Because a typical
traditional,
exactly,
with coffee and soap.
Yeah.
And packaging too, because in Italy since 4 or 5 years, the way to eat tiramisu is
bowl,
Yeah.
or then you cut, and and here this is individually.
Yes,
packed,
the idea was translate ice cream that everyone.
While you're walking, you're having tiramisu.
May I add something, because one of the things is when you have the tiramisu, we are living in a modern society, and especially in Spain, they are very open. This is a very open society. And as she said, Orlando, the definition of family has changed over the years, and every one of us has a different way of meaning of family, right? So in order to be more inclusive and diverse, we should include, why don't we put the concept of the ice cream into the tiramisu, so everybody can enjoy, even if their own family, it's an individual family, can enjoy the tiramisu by itself. By himself, herself.
It's shouldn't be a one serve, but but it is a one serve.
Exactly.
But no, that's very interesting. That's a very innovative way of thinking and breaking away from tradition, but at the same time being a part of tradition, because you still have the values of your grandmother, the initial
Yeah.
recipe will never change. So
Yeah.
no, that makes a lot of sense. Thank you for sharing that. So are you, are you unique in Barcelona with this concept?
Now, no.
No, but when you started,
When I
yes.
started, yes. When I started, yes. Less of 1 year, different.
You have noticed that
yeah.
different brands
Yeah.
are
Yeah.
okay.
Copy the concept.
How do you feel about that?
I think that this is good because it means that I do it good.
Yeah, and you,
So-
and the people appreciate
Yeah.
what you did. Of course, it's not the right thing to be copying, but and I think it also pushes you harder to create more
Yeah.
flavors and
Yeah.
be unique. And I mean, the flavors that you have, especially your limited edition flavor, which I can say I can vouch for because I've tried that. The Japanese
Yeah,
yuzu. How did you come up with that? Because that is so off Italian, right?
Yes, because this is the soul of the brand. The Pasqualina is to the traditional one with the recipe of grandmother and the value from our family, the quality
Yeah.
from my grandmother, and then the other soul is from Valentina, and a different way to join the dessert.
The different flavor.
The
question-
question, no, yes, but let me help you because I will put from business perspective,
Correct.
in order to give you. When Valentina was developing the idea, she had the chance to work in a pharmaceutical industry, so she had experience of working in a very big corporation, very structured business way of doing. And then she moved to the fashion side with Roberto Cavalli and all these things, right? And when she started the tiramisu, she started with a very nice concept. Okay, we are going to put the tiramisu in front of everybody, and she said, okay, let's try to do a research. She prepared 100 tiramisu,
Wow.
and she said the 100 tiramisu to 100 people. So
Wow.
they tasted.
No,
And
but
they-
just the classical
Yeah.
or
Classic
different?
and the strawberry.
And
Strawberry.
the strawberry,
Yeah.
2 flavors. Okay.
And she was very smart because she asked, how would you rate from 0 to 10? She asked questions about the price elasticity and about the brand. Based on the feedback, she started to build in the brand. So she hired a brand and marketing company, and they, together with Valentina, they developed the concept. And one of the beauty things, because you asked about the competition, right? And one of the things she said,
Sorry, I know that's
like Italian, when she starts talking, she can talk for hours and hours. So the only limitation is the English, but then
Yes.
I'm sure that if she speaks Spanish or Italian, she would talk for hours and hours.
flow, yeah.
So what's coming back to the point of competition, one of the things that fascinates me the most about Valentina's project is that she never said, I'm gonna sell tiramisu. She's not selling tiramisu. She's expressing the Italian soul, the Italian culture, the Italian tradition through the tiramisu.
Yeah.
So, and actually she doesn't have competitors, right? Because she's putting the Italian way of doing
Yeah.
the family, the concept, the fashion, the art in a completely different way. By chance, she's selling tiramisu,
Yeah.
right? So,
Yeah.
and I think this is the reason why she sees competition as good, but
Yeah.
from a different angle.
Yeah.
And when someone copied you, it's because
They
you're-
appreciated your idea
Yeah.
and concept.
Yeah.
No, that's so amazing. That's like really nicely kind of put together. And yeah, no, that's so it gives you a sense of, it's very exhilarating to see how and how you were able to put that soul into the idea,
I think
bring in your different expertise because of the fact that you have that experience as a background, and then you create this beautiful space.
I thank you.
And so when did you get the idea that you need to go beyond just being in the space that you were in, and create this concept? When did you get the idea, and when did you actually set this up?
This space.
Yeah.
This space.
¿Cuándo has tenido la idea?
When did you get the idea to say, okay, I need to now grow beyond just being in the kitchen?
Yeah, it was about 1 year ago.
1 year ago.
Yeah,
Okay.
1 year ago. Because I was in a point that I need to do the kitchen is not the face of the brand.
Yeah.
It's
A space that good.
That could
Showcase.
show.
Yeah,
Showcase.
showcase.
Yeah.
Show the
Showcase the
brand,
brand,
show what was in my mind, and so
You set it
Yeah.
up, and bravo, because to set up, to set up a business where you are now, not in an enclosed space, but you're actually talking about your brand, and people walking past. I mean, that's how I discovered you as well. Just literally walking past, and and I looked in through the glass, and I went, wow, I have to go in. And this is, and I was blown away. So I'm sure a lot of people feel the same, and and the fact that you've been featured in so many magazines, and within this world of because this is an art. It's definitely an art. It may not be visual or performing, but it is an art to be able to create something so consistently and to give that love and passion into it, and the flavors, and the expression that, like, every bite that you have, you're like, wow. And I think that's what you stand for. So thank you so much, Valentina. I know you're not well today, and you still have soldiered on, and that's your ability. And I know English is not your first language, but you've still done such an amazing job. And I think like when you said always looking at challenges, I think it's incredible what you sitting here.
I thank you.
And Orlando, thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
stepping in as well. And and I'm so happy that you're back together again.
Thanks to you.
Thank you so much. I really enjoyed this conversation. And very quickly, if people want, there are lots of, because this is a global show.
Yeah.
So, and Barcelona seems to be an attraction for everybody today.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to come here. So if they want to find you, how do they do that? So on your Instagram, do you have and of course the address?
Yeah, we are in Calle Provenza,
Okay.
22.
Okay.
And we of course have our Instagram, Tiramisu, and our web, so we are waiting for you.
Amazing. On that note, thank you once
Thank
again.
you.
I've really enjoyed this. Thank you.
Thank you.